Chefs of the Future, COF Nation, COF Nation.
Yeah.
Chefs of the Future, COF Nation. My name is Rich, and I'm welcome Jada back in the studio.
Yes, it is so good to be back, man. I feel like I've been going forever, dude.
Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back in the studio. And today's Monday, so it's the start of a brand new week, and it's a powerful week too.
Yes.
So, as y'all should all know by now, if you haven't already, make sure you head on over to anchor.fm/chefs of the future. You see a part where you can interact with us. Do so. Hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Share this and all that good stuff. Because as we talk that good talk, as we talk that real talk, we don't know how long we're going to be on this platform. So get it while it lasts. Mm-hmm. So now, this week is powerful because a couple reasons. None more important than the 50-cent capacity in New York City.
Yes.
Starting on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I get into that, is the 17th is St. Patrick's Day. So it's a very important day for the bars and for the restaurants when it comes to making money right before the transitions to the warmer weather.
That is true.
So bars usually anticipate this and plan on this day because it's a day that makes them a good amount of money.
That is true.
Now, it falls literally days before the 50% capacity loosen up, like the restrictions.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, St. Patrick's Day is going to fall under that 35% capacity cap. And it's a gut punch because, again, it's a very important day for restaurants and bars.
That is true.
And for them to have that capacity just days before it's lifted, you know, it really shows that they was at the very least a little colorblind to the situation because 2 days, you know, why not make it on the 17th?
Yeah,
instead of the 19th, so that the bars and the restaurants could capitalize on that 50% capacity.
That is true.
You know, and also with the street
vendors and stuff.
Yeah, with the street seating still being available, they would have really been able to capture a large portion of their sales that they would have normally had this time of year.
That is true.
Because they already missed out of last year's bar house.
Yeah, that
completely. So, you know, so you hear this, right? What's your take on that? Like, do you feel like it's the right thing? They should wait till the 19th, or it's a missed opportunity not making it for the 17th, or what?
Yeah, I feel like it is a missed opportunity because I feel like a lot of people know that this is where a lot of the Irish get together. You know, a lot of people come in from different areas and celebrate this day. And some people don't think about it. Some people don't feel like, oh, this is a big opportunity to open up. But it is. It really is. And honestly, I think they're still going to do their 50% capacity, you know, regardless of what the state says, because that's just how people are when it comes down to their businesses. Hopefully it doesn't be as cold as it is today, because then you're able to still have your street vendors open up and, you know, the businesses do their street sidewalk dining in, and it's just a lot. I feel like it's going to be a struggle, but again, we don't know. Me personally, if I had a business, I would take that chance and just go ahead and give me that 50% capacity. That's just me, you know. Again, it's only 2 days. You know, bend the rules just a little bit. It ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You bring up a great point, because the implementation of it, you know, when it comes to actually, like, when you're in the mix of it, you know, how well does the rules or the new rules get implemented
exactly
in a place? And I think the brick and mortar mom and pop shops, like shops that's smaller, their struggle to implement the rules and to stay on the guidelines more so than a corporate kitchen that have like the higher ups and the suits giving orders and it trickles down.
Exactly.
Because they have a lot more supervisors and red tape that you have to go through to like even get those things implemented in the first place.
That's
so
right.
when they do, it's enforced more wholeheartedly.
Yep.
Now, when it comes to the 19th, right, and the 50-cent capacity, it brings up yet again that debate of it being too soon or not. You know, because when you open it up too soon, you run the risk of negating the last year of effort. Why was the last year of effort put into place? Why was we discouraged as customers to not go out to eat in dining rooms if you open it up too quickly? Now, I don't feel like that's the case here because we're doing it the correct way and we're letting the numbers and the math
Yes.
dictate how fast we move.
Yes.
And they already made it clear that if they see the cases going up,
They're going to go back out.
yeah, they restricted back again.
That's it.
So we are on the right path, and I do feel like we are approaching it correctly. And I think 7, the next one, I think is 75%
Yeah.
within 3 weeks or something like
Yes.
that. That's pretty much how I feel is the sweet spot when it comes to, just the post-pandemic life, particularly for like the rest of the year. Like it should hover around that 75% until we get like a big, large portion of our working force.
Yeah.
When it comes to like food service workers, hospitality workers that work in hotels,
But then
vaccinated.
again, there you go. That's what I was getting ready to
Until you
say.
get that large
Yep.
portion of
Yep.
those people
Yes.
that work in the hotels and that work in the restaurants vaccinated, then 75% I feel is the sweet spot.
But then I feel like that's going to have to be mandatory because of the fact that a lot of people are still against and opposed of getting vaccinated. So who's to say, again, how are we going to know for sure if they got vaccinated? We're still taking that risk of going into that hotel or into that restaurant and not knowing for sure if that worker did that or if that company really forced or, put that in mandatory memo. Look, you have to get vaccinated in order for you to come back to work, or you have to get vaccinated to work here. So it's still ups and downs, regardless of how you look at it. That's still a fear.
You're right. And the more I talk about it, the more I realize that there's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. It's all about personal preference. Where you stand and making the correct moves for you personally. As long as you be responsible and you hope everyone do the same,
Yes,
we'll get down to the correct path that'll lead us to where we want to be.
That is true.
Which is back in the restaurants, back cooking, back eating, enjoying hospitality, and going traveling and being at restaurants, being able to book trips.
yes.
But now, the question is for y'all. How do you feel about the 50% capacity being uprisen until on Friday? And is it a missed opportunity in it not being available for the bars and restaurants for St. Patrick's Day? Comment below. Let us know your thoughts. But now, Jada, I do want to get your opinion on this. So we talked about the plastic bag ban.
Yes.
And along with that came a whole slew of actions that was being taken by multiple cities
Yes.
to try to do something about global warming. We understood that the current path we was on was unsustainable. So the reason why we started getting like the upticks in legislation is because companies was surveying, was looking 10, 20 years, 30 years ahead. And they said, hey, the biggest threat to our business from a financial standpoint is global warming. So when companies started realizing that and they started getting those internal reports floating around, then they started making the financial investment on their level into the communities, into innovation, into other companies to try to figure out ways to combat global warming. So one of those ways was the plastic bag ban.
Yes.
That passed through legislation and became a thing in the city. Another one is a push towards eco-friendly containers.
Yeah.
So, when we was eating takeout, we would get cardboard, we would get styrofoam.
Yes.
We would get plastic containers. As of late, they've pushed a huge initiative on institutions, on hotels, restaurants, and stores in general towards eco-friendly containers. Now, this is huge.
It is.
This is huge. My first thought is the companies that was able to capitalize on this movement and that was able to secure those contracts. So you hear this as a customer, right? And I'll tell you on a professional level, working with the containers is a lot better. It's just as steady and stable as some of the best containers out there. And you add to the fact that you don't have to feel guilty, that it's biodegradable, that you're not making as much of a impact, negative impact on the environment that you would working with the other containers. So you hear this, right? I want to get your general reactions as a customer. Do you like these containers? I know you've been exposed to this over the last couple of months.
I have, and they're okay, I guess. Honestly, I eat a lot of Chinese food, so the containers for me, I feel like they don't hold well enough. I feel like it can be different. They need to really just scientifically, they need to reevaluate it and make it a little more sturdy. For you guys, I feel like it's okay, but for us, I don't like them. I'm against them. I'd rather go back to plastic. I'd rather go back to the old, give me that staple on the box and we're on our way. Because they don't even staple the box anymore, so they don't hold as well. So I too particularly don't like them.
Well, they put the rubber band around the container. Blah. It holds it there.
It's some places, but 9 times out of 10 you don't. And like if you get anything saucy, it's coming through. It's leaking through. So I'm not for them. I'm not going to deny that I'm not for the saving the world for that point. Anything else, yeah. The plastic bag ban, I'm all for it. But even the paper plates, like we don't even get paper plates anymore. We get these. I don't even know what these things are. Like they don't even hold your food. So yeah, give me back the old school. I'm with the old school.
I really like the push towards the eco-friendly containers because it shows the initiative and the want to do better. Mm-hmm. And if not for anything else, it's that. And then also, I feel like the companies do it for face, for the sake that saying, hey, we made the conversion, so they could throw it on their website to more eco-friendly.
That's true.
Biodegradable products, but the downside is a lot of the time these products cost more on the company to buy, to purchase, to offer for the
and then
customers.
It makes us, and then we have to spend more because of the fact that they have to spend more. So because they're spending more, back in the day for the containers that we got for French fries and chicken was like $4. Now you're paying almost $7 for 4 chicken wings and French fries. Why? Because you're more so paying for the container to basically give them back their money that they spent on the container and itself in the product. So you're helping them help us. I don't understand that. It's only French fries. So we're all doing the same thing. We're all paying for it. We're all paying for it.
I feel like as it should, because it takes that level, that community involvement. Yeah. It takes everyone unilateral effort to get things accomplished. So yeah, it takes from the Congress level to pass legislation, and then it takes the local enforcement to enforce these things.
That is true.
And then that trickles down to the establishments that offers it as a service for the customers. Exactly. And then the customers have to make the decision to vote with it with their money.
That is true.
That's where the buck stops. Literally, that's where the buck stops.
You're right. Again, I'm okay with it. I guess this is the life we live now. This is what we have to go upon, and this is what we have to live by. So, again, give us your opinion. How do you guys feel?
So the question is for y'all. How do you feel about the biodegradable products being enforced and implemented more so in the larger cities, in the takeout spots? Comment below. Let us know your thoughts on that as well. And Jada, thanks for stopping past.
Yes, thank you for having me again. I'm glad to be home.
And we're going to have a lot more to talk about. Yes. And we're going to circle back to a lot of topics that we've been talking about here on the show.
Definitely. I definitely appreciate it. So keep it locked,
subscribe, share this video, and all that good stuff. But we are out of here. Thank you.